Once you recognize that you need high alignment before you're allowed to have autonomy, then the next question is, what does high alignment even look like? And I think it's fascinating because alignment can't be measured. It can only be discovered. And I think one of the biggest mistakes people make is they align too superficially. And in some ways you can think of alignment like a synonym of alignment is strategy, and I'm like, hey, what's our strategy? Like, let's decide what that is. And to give you maybe an example of how broad people can interpret what strategy and alignment looks like is, I'll give you a simple example, right? So imagine our mission is to sail a sailboat from Portugal to the Caribbean or North America, whatever, right? And so one CEO of that sailing trip's vision of alignment is the following, or strategy and alignment is, listen, our vision is I want to sail across the ocean, I want to have fun, and I want to do it fast. Who's on board? Let's go, right?
Yeah.
That's all I have to tell my team, and I'm out of here, and let me know when you show up, right? And they're like, I've got high alignment. Everyone's high-fiving each other. We're like, if you give me an engagement survey, I'm highly aligned. And there's another CEO who's going to go have a different conversation with their team. And they're going to go, listen, we want to sail across the ocean. Absolutely. But let's talk about how we're going to do that, because there's a lot of options, and I think, like when are we going to leave? What kind of boat? Do we want a big boat, a small boat? How many people on it? What kind of sail? How fast do you want to go? Like, do we want to make a stop? Like, there's just a lot of conversations. And once you realize and you start asking yourselves questions about some of the how, so not just the why, but the how, what you realize is some really important decisions there that when you dig into them, you realize they're fundamentally, you're going to change how you're going to do something. They're fundamentally like, if you take a catamaran or I'm going to row across, like you have a different purpose. And I think that conversation about the how ends up helping you discover what things you have to be aligned on. And most of the leadership teams, most of the teams that I work with feel that it's a taboo to talk about the how. They feel I'm not supposed to, I'm supposed to let my team do that. But just like sailing, we can discuss the how, but I don't have to go on the trip with you, right?
Yeah.
I can let you go sail, but you know what, as partners and as working on the same team, I think there's some very important decisions that can make or break your sailing trip, that would change how much things are going to cost, like et cetera. Like, let's have that conversation. And I think what I was trying to get at with the, maybe a bit of the sensationalism I put around alignment being important and shining a light is not having those alignment conversations are actually getting in the way of the speed that you have on your team, of your team actually making good decisions. Because at the end of the day, as a leader, your job is to maximize good decision making.